Hello and welcome back to another fabulous vlog here on my channel. This is a writing vlog where we're going to be documenting Broken Boys Draft 2. I've already written the first 1,000 words. I went live. It's begun. We are here. I did go live, by the way. This is Draft 2. Come right with me. Starting Draft 2. I wrote the first few words with you guys. It's very, very exciting. That is the current... Well, no, that's a lie. The current word count is gone. It would be up there, but I closed my binder, so I couldn't see it. So, but just know that we're getting some words done. It's exciting. Okay. I'll talk to you guys soon. Today, currently still am live. We've been live for an hour and a half now. And I've written the first, I think it's the first 1,072 words. And now we're jumping into the original document and pointing over things and rewriting it that way. I just got through new scenes of new stuff, and the problem I was having is that I don't know if the scenes are too short or if they're just the right length and things. They're just introductions. Is the point of them is to kind of get you to know the characters and different things, and also to get you to see the main character's life before he goes off to college, which is the main point of the story. So I think it's fine, but I don't know, it's a little nerve-wracking. That's my update. And yeah, welcome to a brand new vlog. If you guys enjoy it, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm gonna get back to writing as I'm still not done with the sprint yet. I just want to come in here and start this vlog for us. I have a minute left, so I think I'm gonna stop here for right now anyways. I think getting my rest of my words and stuff shouldn't be super duper hard, since we still have quite a bit of work ahead of us. But yeah, made some pretty good progress so far. Okay, just want to quickly update you guys. We're about to hit 4,000 words, which is super duper exciting and things like that. And this live stream is over. I'm supposed to be around 8,000 words today. I'm not too much worried about it. We'll get there. I know we will. I know I'll be able to get to my deadline. I'm not super duper concerned. A little concerned, but not like super duper concerned. I think the plan is to probably finish this chapter, which is chapter 2, and then move on. The goal is, by the way, by Saturday is, by Sunday, is to have 20,000 words in this document. I think that's a pretty good goal. I think that's probably where we need to be at anyways, somewhere around there. 22,000 words is like the goal for Monday, so we want, yeah. Definitely, that's the goal. Plans to do a 10K day every day of the weeks that I do have. I don't know how many 10K days that is, but I think that's pretty good. But yeah, that's my update. Currently, Thursday? Yes. Thursday at 6:28 in the morning. I woke up at 4, part of the plan thing. It's all good. And I want to write today. I have to get 10,000 words, which is 6,000 words away. Currently at 4,900 and something odd words. I'm working on Broken Boys. I didn't explain that the last time. Broken Boys is the second draft of a novel that I've already written the first draft of in February. We're moving into the revision stages of it. Basically, I'm using the second draft to rewrite the first draft to make it seem better, also adding on about 40,000 extra words. And the third draft is where we'll cut things and we'll figure things out. Yeah. Whole 9 yards. I have yet to decide if this is a book that's going to have 3 or 4 drafts, but I'm sure I'll have many more, but before I feel comfortable enough to send it out and things. But yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. The goal is to get to 20,000 by Sunday. It's been a little stressful here, so yeah. Alright, so I just want to very quickly jump in here and say we're going to continue on this. Hello, welcome. Basically, what we're working with is we're starting at 8,000 words on the Monday. My deadline has been moved from May because it's 120,000 words. I mean, on a good day, maybe. We're not dealing with good days. We're dealing with some pretty bad days. So we're going to look at the bad days, and so now it's moved to June 10th. Yeah, June 10th. We'll do June 10th. Why not? What a weird date to end on. And I might choose a different one because it's so weird. And I just pulled it out of my fucking head. So we have like 8,000 words so far, like I mentioned with last week's vlog, and we're just going to continue trucking along soon when I actually have something to update you guys with, which I don't, so, you know, we'll see. Alright guys, I just want to come in here and quickly tell you that we're starting to write again. And we're sitting at 10,000 words. Now it's June 1st, and we're supposed to be writing today. I'm super duper tired, so I'm going to sit down and try to write, what, 200 words? And then go to bed? I guess kind of the goal. I'm not really sure. We'll see. If I don't write anything today, I have to write 6,000 words tomorrow, which is going to be a bitch. So, writing 3,000 words a day is going to be a bitch in June anyways. So we'll figure it out. Alright, well, that's my update for you guys. And thanks. This vlog, by the way, is a vlog that's going to go to June 30th. I'll update you guys soon. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes. It's 11:11, about to go to bed. I haven't written that many words today, but I'll tell you the final count after the 30 minutes. Okay, so I got to 10,053 words. A little nervous though, because I am back at work by the time I'm supposed to be wrapping this up. So we'll see how busy my weekends are when it comes to writing. Alright, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when I update you guys. Okay, I wanted to update the writing vlog. Today is Thursday, June 11th. We're currently sitting at 13,372 words. And, on chapter 5. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. 3:15 on Thursday, July 7th. So it's probably been a hot minute. My hair is purple. I don't know. It could have been purple the last time. And it's day 7 of Nanowrimo. It's my first day of actually sitting down to write on Broken Boys. Biggest difference, biggest change for draft 2 so far from the last time I went to you guys this time is that I have gotten to clarity of realizing that I think the book would be better in present tense and past tense. I keep having this struggle in almost all of my novels that I write with tenses, and it's really something I really should probably take some more classes on and to learn a little bit more about and maybe read a book about, just so I can understand tenses even to a much more higher extent. But that being said, I've officially declared Broken Boys as a present tense novel. So day 11 of camp, 18,815 for Broken Boys, which is this novel right here. It's nowhere near this big, by the way. That's just in larger print. And it's been very interesting to have the court life things. We're in chapter 10 of this book, but chapter 7 of this draft 2. Very, very much enjoying draft 2 a lot more. And so that's really, really exciting and things. I've written 1,000 words today. To get to like 30K, I think would be great. And then that means I only have like 60K to go, which would be great. To get to 30K would be amazing. And also to finish the outline for draft 2 would also be great. Alright, I'll update you guys very soon when I have more things to update you on. I just want to do a very quick update. I got 20,000 words. Yay! Isn't that exciting? Technically, it's a little bit of a lie. No, it's not. I did finish that scene. Never mind. Because, like I said beforehand, I was just rewriting every little detail from Broken Boys. Mostly because I was switching over tenses to a tense that's not even a tense I'm using anymore, which was such a clarity. Oh my god, it was such a good clarity. And so now, since we're not like doing that anymore, I can literally use most of the words from the first draft because this is the second draft and I'm trying to get better words. And so if there's something I don't like, a whole passage or whatever, I'll delete it and I'll rewrite it, or I'll switch it around, move it around. But a lot of it was really, really cool. I'm enjoying a lot of this, what I've written and things. I'm making it more angsty and that type of thing for a romancy. A lot more drawn out the romance itself is. But also, the romance, it's kind of weird. The first part and the second part have the same characters for the romance, and yet they're two complete, they're like the same it's so hard to explain. It's pretty cool though. I like what I'm doing. It's fun, it's exciting. You guys will get multiple different love interests, but all fleshed out love interests, so they're not all like forced or whatever. At least that's the plan. That's what I'm kind of working through with this draft, as the first one felt a little forced, and so I'm just trying to play it out a little more. It's been a lot of fun, but I want to come in here and tell you we hit 20K. Isn't that so exciting? I thought it was so exciting. To love the fact that we're doing 2K, 20K. Oh my god, it's amazing. I'm so excited. Okay, I need to go to bed. So, good night. Yeah, I have some JoJo, and we are at 1,002 words, but I'm editing this scene, so that could go up or down. I have no idea, since I have to edit 533 words, but either way, just wanted to pop in. Alright, writing vlog. I just got done with my live stream, and I wrote a total of, well, like I said, because I'm copying and editing and stuff, it came out to be like 2,800 words, but it really was probably more like, I wrote 1,000 words, and 1,800 of those words were brought over from the other draft, so worked out really hard to, figure it out, but either way. I had some very big revelations for the second semester, which I'm starting to really, really love, and so I think we're going to edit it towards that description and not towards my other one, so also pretty freaking excited. Okay. Alright, draft 2 thoughts and notes. So we're sitting at a total of 24,654 words. That makes me pretty excited and happy. But also we had some very breakthroughs for the second. The book is weird for me because it's broken up into 2 parts. Most of my novels are broken up into 3 parts because the average normal is a 3-act structure. I mean, it's just normal. And so I think what I need to do is break up the actual chapter outline into 3 acts. Because my brain doesn't understand the end of this book. One, it's been a long time since I wrote a contemporary romance where, actually, to be honest with you, this is more like my first time ever writing a contemporary romance, so that's scary. But also, like, I'm still trying to understand, basically, everything I need to do, and I think that personally just comes down to the chapter outline, going back through it, making sure everything makes sense and everything, yeah. Also, kind of figuring out what all needs to be in the first act. What is a first act? Like, my whole brain is doing like a conundrum because it doesn't understand what's the difference. My whole world is about structure, and I can't figure out how to fucking structure this book. Except I know it's in two different parts. But I don't want the 2 different stories to be in 3 different acts because, like, sure, both acts have different arcs or whatever, but they're all leading to the same arc, which is the overarching arc of the story, and so that's important to have 3-dimensional characters, but yeah. That's where we're at. So, I'm gonna get back to that, and I'm gonna update you guys very soon, probably, because I'm fucking freaking out. Oh, and I hate the first 10,000 words of this book with a passion that I want to go back and I want to rewrite it and everything. Like, I think I can do better. And we're going to debate if I should do that or not before I move forward. So, yeah. But when does Act 1 end? When does Act 2 begin? All the times I've ever written a book, it's so clear to me when Act 1 ends and when Act 2 begins. Or, I have an idea of when Act 2 begins, because obviously that's it. This third part of the book. Hold on. I'm going to save the cat. We're going to look at the beat sheet. And, yeah. Okay, I have acquired Save the Cat. I'm gonna go looking at the beat sheet. Okay. And I'm gonna try to figure this out. Okay, because they break this down into percentages and stuff, I want to say Act 1 ends at Chapter 3. That's not 20% into my novel. I can reassure you that's not 20% into my novel. But it could be based on word count. Even though I'm pretty sure Chapter 3 is the lacking. Yeah, it doesn't reach the 2,000 word mark. Okay, on to math. I'll be right back. Okay, roughly Act 1 is around 10,000 words. That is roughly, hold on, 12% of the novel? If we're lowballing the final word count. Jesus motherfucking Christ. What the fuck did I do? Because it says that there should be a dramatic difference, okay? Technically, we could say that it probably, Act 2 wouldn't really technically start until Chapter 6. So hold on. With then just saying we're gonna lowball it between 18 to 20,000 words of the first manuscript is Act 1, because you could say slightly that this whole entire act it's a setup, it's an inciting incident and things, but then again you could also partially say the inciting incident doesn't happen until, which could be a part of this chapter actually. I don't know what chapter that is in. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it would be Chapter 6. Chapter 6, I would say, is definitely, probably this. Yeah. Okay, well, let's read about Chapter 2. I have to say, Save the Cat's writes a novel. I wasn't a huge fan of. Now it's like saving my ass, telling me I do know what I'm trying to do. Which is nice. That's great. I love that from me. Okay, still freaking out. And we are still very much on a very clear path. So, the storylines are being set up, new characters are still being involved, whole 9 yards, you know, you're being interested, the characters are being developed, we're still doing a pretty good job, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to continue reading. Fun and games. I find this to be relatively interesting, as most stories I can very clearly state, yes, this is where the fun and games would happen. Elizabeth Snow, got it. Church Samuel, definitely know where that's at. I can see the premise. I can see, actually Church Samuel, I'm not really sure since I've still yet to figure out a synopsis for that book to tell you clearly what it's about. So I don't really know what I can promise you for that one. This one, it's a romance between two people, but like it's just so much more complicated than a romance. Oh my god. Oh, what should I do? Oh, I'm having such struggle problems. I think I need to call my mom. Ask her to come downstairs just for a minute. Hold on. Let's see if I can grab. Okay, so I went through Save the Cat's writes novel, and honestly, I really do think it was a help. In this particular case, I would say it was a help. And then I went through, and I already had a list of beat sheets because I had originally planned before starting on draft 2 to use Save the Cat to beat it out. I'm really happy I didn't do that, as I would have written a totally different story, and I would not have had the clarity and just even the thoughts that I have now. To where I am at this very moment with the story that I'm in love with, and I'm happy to write, and I can't wait to get to these new scenes and things that are nowhere near planned out. They're not. I just have an idea of where we're going, and I very, very much like it, and I think, honestly, it makes the story better. So, now that that's all figured out, I think I can go back to writing. Thank God. What a, like, a 40-minute fucking, like, conundrum hit me. Isn't that great? Love that for us. Alright, so like I said, we are sitting at 24,654 words. I would love to get to 30,000 words tonight. Okay, so, as you ignore that stuff back here, Kitty's over here. It is, what is today? It's a Saturday at some point. July 18th on a Saturday. We hit 30,000 words, by the way. We're 31,935, which is such amazing progress, and it makes me so happy inside, and yeah, very, very happy about it. But there's a line here, fucking writers, I thought I get tortured and they get content. I understand though, since, oh, that's it. And this is a line that I have written in notes inside draft 2 as I'm going through the book, making sure that the inconsistencies and those things are still being highlighted and I can fix them as I write them, since this is the second draft, because we're not to a certain point yet of where the shift happens. We're getting close, but we're not there yet. I still have about half this to go through. We're about the halfway mark of it in this draft, which is about right. I would say about 30,000 words is probably the halfway mark for this draft, but it was actually, I think, a little bit under that. I'm not really sure, but it makes sense. But I absolutely hate this line now, and I loved it. I mean, the green strip here is for like favorite lines, things that I want to keep for second draft, or rewrite and make it better, or just things that I really want to take inspiration from and grab them. And I've been grabbing a few because some of them just don't make sense because I've moved things around so much. In the second draft, they're in my little notes section in my Scrivener file. But I don't like this line anymore, and I just didn't realize it, and I just figured this is a great moment to pop up and talk to you guys about, because it's not just something that it was just something I didn't really realize that I didn't like. So yeah. That's very interesting. Oh, that has to do with Bethany. Oh, Bethany. Have we talked about Bethany since I rewrote her? I love Bethany. She's becoming like one of my favorite characters, and I absolutely hated her in the first draft. I like was so annoyed every time she would pop up on screen and things, or I guess on paper, or in the story where her character was relevant. I was like, oh, I don't want to talk about Bethany. Now I'm like, Bethany, come back, please. We like you, Bethany. Almost more than Rosie, and I loved Rosie the first time around. Now I think Rosie has problems and things. I'm not really sure. Side characters are hard when they're not the part of the main duo, and I think that's the hardest thing. Okay, I'm gonna end this little clip here. I just want to come in here and very quickly talk about the fact that we're having some major breakthroughs. We're like on page 170 or so in this draft. We hit 100 pages, by the way, in the book. We're over that for sure now, but we have definitely hit 100 pages, which is very, very exciting. I'm very curious to see how long it's going to be. I'm judging that just simply based off this draft and things. The next draft, the next section of the book is not even outlined. I don't even know what's going to happen, really. And I'm starting to feel okay with that. It is the second half of the book. It's the midpoint onward. I do have somewhat of an outline, which I've talked about in prior. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna end it here because this is 4 minutes long. Jesus, Jake. Okay, it's Monday, July 20th at 8:32. We have officially 11 days left of the month, and I definitely, this week, not like by the end of the month, this week want to finish Act 1. Or, get to midpoint. We're not there yet. We're building our way there. We're in chapter 12. There's probably 30 or so chapters before we even hit the midpoint, which seems like a lot, but it's really not. Because the midpoint's a very important moment in things, and it happens, and then boom, things get shifted, and whole 9 yards. When I do hit the midpoint, though, I do think we're going to jump into a more like a chapter by chapter outline, try to figure out how many chapters I really want to expand this next section with, and that type of thing, and do by chapter, by scene outline. And I think that will be really beneficial, but I can't do that until I get there. Right now, we're working through chapter 16 on my original draft, which is sitting over here. And so I'm going to take 25 minutes out of my day, or 25 minutes out of my morning, to sit here and focus on some writing. And then we're going to move back over into recording, and we're going to go back and forth with some reading. I'm going to go in and out of some reading and writing sprints. So today we have 33,462 words so far, and I'm really hoping to hit 40,000. That may be too high. 35 to 40,000 would be great. If I really focus on writing for part of the day, I'm sure we can hit it in no time. Alright, I hope to see you guys soon when I have something to talk about. Sure. So our word count, we are sitting at 37,234 words. So I'm hoping to be at 47,234 words by the end of today. It is already 1 o'clock in the morning on today. So we're just an hour behind of starting. If I wrote for 24 hours, that would be crazy. I'm not doing it because I work tomorrow. And we're also in chapter 13 with a few extra scenes being added in to chapter 13. So yeah, we're just currently working through freshman year. Okay. At 41,000 some odd amount of words, and the goal was to get to 60K today. Now you're like, Jacob, that seems ridiculous. It's really not. It's a lot more revising, so it's a lot more grabbing a lot of words and going through those words, looking through them, and upgrading them, making them better. Not so much of like new words, and so it's a lot easier to go up your word count when you're revising. And then I'm gonna worry about what to take out later, because there still might be things in this novel that needs to go. I don't really know yet. But that's where we're at. That's where we're sitting at. I'm going to grab my charger, my laptop, my headphones, and we're going to go upstairs. And we're going to hang out with my little sister while we're eating some. Alright, I just went on this huge rant, and it just was really pointless, and it was long, and so I'm just gonna, like, sum it up. We are currently sitting at 46,152 words, chapter 15, and we're getting really close to the halfway mark. I'm gonna tell you guys when we get to the 50K mark. That's super duper exciting, and it should be just a little bit from now. But I got into the sex scene again, guys. And I've talked about many times before, which is why I'm not like really scared to talk about, as a big part of this novel is experiencing first times and how my version main character is not sexualized because of the fact that, well, there's several reasons. But one, the bigger fact is the fact that he is not just, he's done other things. He's, done other things with other people before, whatever those might be. They talked about in the book, but like I haven't even talked about it right here. And, it's just extremely graphic of a scene, but I don't want to tame it down for multiple reasons, and I've had conversations with a few other people before, and there will be a whole video talking about this in general and my uncomfortable discussions, which I'm hoping I should probably get out this month. We'll prioritize it. And that is about sex and how graphic sex can be in a novel, how realistic do you want it to be, and things like that, because I wrote this particularly for a specific reason, and I've talked about that before, is that I wanted it to be a realistic sex scene of a realistic, bottom's first time. And it's similar to, like, I would say probably a female's. I'm not a female, so I can't, hold me to that. But I wanted the reader to experience that and things. It's something I've never read before. And yeah, I don't know. Some of this stuff is real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like the writing. I like my writing. That's not the problem here. Normally that's the problem, right? It's like you think your writing is shit. That hasn't happened. But I would say the big issue, the big moment is that it's just real graphic. And I'm just, yeah. It's not like I reread Church Samuel and I was like, what the fuck is going on, Jacob? How could you write this? This is just more like, oh wow. Okay, it's not like, I don't know, I guess someone would kind of maybe find it sexy. And like, I guess that's the point with erotica, right? But this is not made to even be sexy. It's not even supposed to be, it's just supposed to show you what happens. And it's supposed to be awkward and cringy and things. And I think it's doing all the things I wanted to do, but like, I'm just having a conundrum shit about it. I'm not editing anything out of it. It's fine the way it is. I might add things, but like, yeah. It's weird. We're getting closer and closer to the real big revamps of the story. I'm like, it's weird. So right now, we are sitting. I'll give you guys an update. So it's 46,233 words, so not that big of an update from that, which is not shocking. It's 171 pages if we count page words. I know some people really like knowing that, the page count, the physical page count of it, which ironically is we're missing some words from my page number. I'm not really sure why that's the case, since they should be the same amount of words. Oh, wait, no. That's not true. That's not true. There's a whole thing that has not been added to the other one. But the first section is 27 chapters, And so we're about to hit chapter 17. We're working on chapter 16, which contains several new scenes since I'm taking out something completely, which is something it's going to be brought back up a little bit later on in the second half of the book. But for this part of the book, it's not a part of it at all. And so there's a lot of new scenes about to pop up. And so I'm excited, but I'm also really nervous. The closer we get to the end, the more nerve-wracking it gets, because it's not the end, but we're getting, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm really excited to focus on it this month, though. Like, if I read 5 books, I read 5 books. It's not that big of a deal to me, which is really, really cool. So, I'm going to end this clip here. I'm probably going to stop writing for the night here and continue picking it back up tomorrow. But it's so much fun. I'm having a great time. Okay, writing vlog. So, today's a very special day because we're going to be hitting the 50,000th word in draft 2. Which is very, very, very exciting. The reason why I'm pushing myself to write 50K tonight at 7:31, I'm not stopping until I write it, is because I got Midnight Sunset over there, but I'm not allowed to read it until I hit 50K. And I'm going to tell you how far we are in things of that sort here in a second, so just give me one second, I'm checking something. Okay, so we are currently sitting at 47,675 words. So very, very close to 50K. We're in the middle of switching some stuff up, changing some scenes around, working around some new changes for Broken Boys Draft 2, which is very, very exciting nonetheless. But I'm very, very excited. So I want to finish chapter 16, and we're going to jump into 17. Chapter 16 is actually near its end, which is going to be a relatively shorter chapter. So we'll have to figure that out here in a minute. But I do think there's some upgrades, some like bonuses. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look. But either way, the goal is to hit 50K. Now, ironically, the actual book itself, without chapter 16 even being involved in it, is sitting at 45,864 words because there is in the midpoint, there's a section, which is a short story, that's going to be placed inside there, and then we're going to jump, and so that short story is already placed inside the Scrivener file, not the Microsoft Word file with the 171 pages, which is how many pages we have in our manuscript currently on a 12 times New Roman 12 space. Font 12 double space. So we're gonna sit here, we're going to turn on some music, and we're gonna get cash, and we're just going to tap away. And yeah, that's the plan. So I'll see you guys in a minute with an update. Okay, so I'd update the writing vlog for you guys. Since I hit 50K, but we're not going to say the 50,000th word because I think it's going to be really exciting to say, and I'll figure it out here in a second. But it's because currently I'm editing 2 scenes, and my editing is I copy and paste those 2 scenes into my new document from they're in the same document, but I just copy and paste those 2 new scenes from draft 1, 2, and 2 draft. They're similar, and then I revise through them. I make them better. I make them cleaner. I make them something I'm more proud of and more happy. And then I look at my notes from this whole entire section, and I go through that, and I make sure I hit everything I wanted to hit in my notes, and my bullet points for that particular scene or that particular section or whatever. But for instance, I thought this was a really interesting chapter 17, because we're only sitting at 1,394 words, whereas most chapters, like last chapter and so forth, have been ranging between 2,500 and 3,800 words, and things. So even more things will need to be fleshed out and things in draft 3. And I'm already thinking about other things. Like, we never talk about religion throughout the book, which is not something we need to talk about, but I keep getting these, like, little brain poppets where I'm like, oh, maybe I should have mentioned that, or, ooh, maybe I should mention that. Oh my god, my hair's getting lighter, but the purple's also getting lighter as the color starts to fade. It's been a few weeks. Makes sense. But that's not what we're worried about here. There was a huge thing with chapter 16 that I changed from the first draft, and I'm very happy I changed it. It was a very necessary change, but it was kind of sad. I didn't take out any words, though, from it. I've just added words. This draft is just so much longer. It's probably like 6,000 or 7,000 words longer so far, which is good, which is happy. I want to add more words, you know. But normally when I revise things and I just go through them really quickly or whatever, I tend to not add a lot of words. For instance, scene 2 is 701 words. The top point here, it could get up to 900. But this chapter needs to be at least 2,000 words in order for it to break even and break into the point where I need it to be for my chapters. As some of these chapters up here, it might get extended, there might be longer, whatever it might be. And so that's kind of what I'm working with right now. I figured I'd come in here and update you guys for that, you know? So let's get back to writing. Let's figure this shit out. Let's do it. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we are currently sitting at 64,149 words out of 100,000 words, which is like the short end deadline. The high end deadline is 120, or at least it was at one point. I am sitting at chapter 23 out of 27, so we still have quite a few more chapters to go. But I'm very confident I can do it. A lot of stuff is taking things from past chapters and just revising them and things, and so it's a lot of old works basically, and just making them better, which is really, really great, and it's really, really fun. It's gonna be really nice before I jump into completely working with new words, and and so yeah. But let's get started. The goal is to finish chapter 23. Here shortly. Okay, progress update for draft 2. I'm just going to be really focusing on updating you guys as we finish it this evening. It's Tuesday. Hold on, I'll get you guys the proper date. Tuesday, August 11th at 11:11. Now, the goal is to get, this is Act 1's vlog, and there will be an Act 2 vlog as well. Not Act 1, Part 1 and Part 2, since there's 2 sections of this book. They take place differently, but there's 2 sections of this book, and so currently we're on chapter 23. I'm very excited for the next book, because the next book, like next draft, will be like naming chapters, which I'm super stoked about. I've been thinking about it constantly. We're currently sitting at 64,184 words, which I've added like 10,000 words. I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but from like the last draft to this draft, and so like that was kind of insane to me. And things, I think it's gonna be around 70k for, like, is where we're gonna end for this particular draft. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it, guys. Well, we're gonna finish this, and then we have, a whole new video start for the next one, which I've not even like outlined any of those chapters, by the way. Fun facts for the next one. I don't even know how long it's gonna be. I'm figuring it all out when I finish this, and then we're gonna determine it based on that. It's such a great time. I cried earlier from writing a scene. It really hurt me. It's gonna hurt me again. Although there's another one coming up. It's gonna hurt me. And so like that's good. I'm happy I cried. I also blushed, which is also good. It means at least my body is saying I'm doing something right with the story, and that the emotions I'm trying to convey to you guys is getting off, which is just great. But yeah, that's the update for the moment. I'll come back when I'm a little bit further. Oh, I guess I can tell you guys how far we are, like page count. We're at page 236, by the way, in big drafts, big manuscript. Because I have a Word document pulled up with the whole entire draft, and then I write in Scrivener, and I put it over in Scrivener. So yeah, I'll update you guys soon. So I went over and I got to say the cat novel, and debatably, this could be a very bad choice for Jacob to make, because I'm still trying to figure out where part 1 ends. And originally the idea was part 1 to end at the midpoint, and then we have a huge shift at the midpoint for the rest of the novel. Logically, that still makes sense, but the midpoint, that's halfway through, and so, like, you're thinking, okay, so it's gonna be double whatever the final, so it's like, the final page number is 300, we go to 600, or whatever. I'm not actually judging it off page numbers, I'm judging it by word count here. So if the final word count's 70, we go to 140. Well, I think because I added about 10 to 15k to this draft from previous drafts by adding words, as this is just mostly me just trying to really flesh out the story as best as I can so far. We'll see how many it actually comes out to be at the end here, since I stopped writing because I was freaking out about this. We're going to estimate being between 70 and 75k, so that brings it to 140. So if I go down to 120, I add like 10,000 words. Next draft 130, we cut out 30k and we drop it down to 100, so each equaling 50,000 words, I think is the idealistic route here, or each equaling around 60,000 words for 120 at the high end and 50 at the low end. I think it's still pretty staggering, okay? But I didn't plan that out. This whole change thing came really far into I mean, you guys have been watching. It came a little bit further in the process. And so I think that's the goal. I don't think the goal is to double it. I think the goal is to get to like 10,000 words below that. So if it's, say, 70k, we're trying to get to 60k. So we're trying to get to 120,000 words. And I'm trying to figure that out, like, logically, and then we're going to divide them up in chapters, and we're going to figure out the chapters, and we're going to do a chapter outline. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. I think we are going to do it, because I need to plan this out. Okay. Game plans. Okay. So it's 3:40 in the morning on the same day. You know, whatever. But we're at 67,333 words, and I think we're at 250 pages for the manuscript, which is super duper cool. It's kind of looking like it could be 500 pages for the first draft, this is like draft 3. I don't really know how to describe this, because the first actual draft was edited. I did a very, very quick, clean edit of the book for my mom so she's not distracted. And so the book itself does not read like a shitty first draft would normally typically read. And I'm sure it probably doesn't read the same as it did originally. And so I find that to be very interesting. So this is like draft 2.5. Maybe that's the best way to say this. It's like 2.5. Because once we get into second part, it's new words. There's no editing. There's nothing. And I'll probably do it again where I run through the whole book again and do like just simple fixes and stuff. And so when I print it out and stuff, it's like all good and being clean and fresh. But I've come to a point where I was like, chapter 23 should be the end of part 1, right? That's what I keep thinking in my head. Like, it ends kind of in a cliffhangery way, and then we jump, and then like it'd be really nice, it'd be really, really cool. But there's things I need to set up, certain things that just need to happen, that I need to talk about, that happen in my chapter outline. I had to go find it. My chapter outline. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to condense the last 3 chapters, like 3 chapters that there are, and put them into 2 chapters. And so it's chapter 24 and 25. And so that's what I'm going to sit down to do, is we're going to do some condensing, and then I'll come back and I'll once I update you guys. Because there's just certain things that are just not necessary, and then I think in certain places we're going to even like just expand on it in the next section. So yeah. Okay, so I had an outro for the writing vlog. I want to mention the date because my gosh, it was a mystery to find the dates for this vlog. But I want to keep this kind of quick and short because we're already verging on 50 minutes, and you know we don't really need that for you. I could have just checked on my other, like, what I'm recording on. If you see me looking over here, my actual, like, MacBook is sitting next to me, you know what I mean? And I have some numbers for you, which I know. It's August 15th, so it's, like, 4 days afterwards. I had work, and so the whole point was to skip, like, on Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, and now we're here. Now it's Saturday, so that's when you get it. It's August 15th. It turned out to be 277 pages at the final mark and 74,771 words for the final word count for part 1. Now, I understand parts of this is very confusing. It's mostly beneficial for me, and I've said this every time I posted a really, really long, lengthy video talking about specifically this type of video where it's talking about my writing. That's because I want, when I go back and let's say Broken Boys ever does get published, I can watch my whole process. Now, for further future videos for you, for your enjoyment and stuff, do you like the longer content? Would you prefer Draft 2 to be a weekly update vlogs? I don't really know how I'm supposed to do that because I want to do reading vlogs, and so like this overall writing vlog, I did enjoy, and I liked seeing the big jumps in between the months. I thought that was entertaining, personally. But let me know in the comments down below. It's not going to be that much of a difference. I'm planning on writing a chapter a day for the book, so it's 25 days worth of content for you guys. That's the plan. So we'll see where that goes. Obviously, this plan was supposed to be done on like May 5th or something. What deadline was that? Who knew? But yeah, I have no idea. Also, I'm about to start outlining and things today, so this video will be very current with my daily, like what I'm trying to do today. And I don't think I'm at any of that, so if you guys want to know information about my outlining process for Draft 2, and the only problem with Part 2 is that it's so far in the novel, and there's a lot of this that I've cut out personally just because of spoiler purposes, and I've made a separate video called Spoilers for Jacob, and that's just for me, and it's just on my computer, because there was a lot in here, and I didn't want those in the vlog, obviously. So I try to give you a non-spoiler things whatsoever. And there's a lot of things in previous videos that I should go in private if this is ever going to turn into a book, because wow, do I just not care. But yeah, okay, so this was a mess of a video, but I hope you guys had a fun time. I had a great time editing it. I found it to be hilarious, and old Jacob and his goals are just the funniest things in the world. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget down below, hit the subscribe button, and I have other videos talking about Broken Boys, in general, in case this is your first video. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But talking about the drafting of Broken Boys and stuff dating back to when the idea popped in my head. I will link that playlist down below, as I'm still adding videos to it, as I'm finding videos on my other channel where it was originally, constructed. So I'm going to put that playlist down below for you guys. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.